But it's still fantastic writing, though, at the end of the day.
But yeah,
and it's something that he's shown quite well in Astonishing X-Men.
Yes.
You said that you read the first 2 volumes of it. And, you know, his writing being able to come up with a great team dynamic. That's always something he's been fantastic at doing.
Which, yes, and I think he's shown that throughout pretty much everything that he's done, actually. That sort of sense of team. And with those, for me, it is just that he... Obviously, I mean, there's obviously a massive amount of love for all the characters anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that is just inbuilt. But it's... What I really dislike with some comic book writers is that they say, oh, I finally got hold of this, whichever series it is that I really wanted to write for. And rather than saying, right, I'm going to write something really well for these well-established people, they go, right, I'm going to change everything. I'm just going to change the
He did change a fair amount of stuff.
He changed things, but he didn't change... How can I put this? It wasn't that he went in to change everything.
Yeah, but he made progressions for some characters.
Yeah, he moulded things and there were directions. But it wasn't that, you know, you open up on the first page and everything's different.
Yeah.
Which is what I found with
the Grant Morrison effect, we like to call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one of my favourite things is him actually establishing Cyclops.
Yeah.
As a real leader.
Which kind of needs to be done because...
Well, it's about bloody time, isn't it? I mean,
know,
how long has he been the leader of the X-Men? 40 years?
Yeah, but you never felt it. And you always did just feel like he was a little bit of a wimp. I mean, he wasn't, but he just felt a bit, you know, like the weedy kid brother somehow.
When you get to the third volume, there's actually a very, very good discussion about it. There's a point that Emma Frost brings up. Okay. How it was how she thinks that it might have just been a pity thing that Xavier just gave him the role of being the leader, and really more or less what all that really is shock treatment.
I was going to say, actually, I think part of the reason that he got the role was that he needs a kick, because Xavier can see that actually you could be really good, but you just need that kick.
That vote of confidence.
Yeah, you need somebody to say, actually, you're good.
Some people say that because of the Joss Whedon run, since it had finished, Cyclops has become a much bigger character anyway. So he's now actually become pretty much like the face of mutant kind. He's become kind of their herald.
Yeah.
Almost, and it wouldn't have happened really if it wasn't for the fact that people suddenly started seeing Cyclops as being a big leader.
Yeah.
As it were. So again, he's very good at being able to establish a great team dynamic. The one thing that he's not going to have, which he normally does, is a strong female presence.
Yeah.
In it, because you're going to have Black Widow in there, but you're not going to have a great number of female characters.
So there aren't really. Who else is they're going to?
Well, they got Iron Man, they got Captain America, they got Thor. All of them got a dangling between their legs, and
I was thinking in terms of females, really. There's going to be
they might end up like dragging in Wasp. If they bring in Ant-Man, then Wasp will be in there, who's a popular character in the Ultimates anyway.
Yeah.
Having Janet Pym in there.
But in terms of scale, shall we say?
Yeah. Well, she's Wasp. She does. Yeah.
You know, it's not a big name. If that makes sense.
No. As
you know, you look at
super heroines go. No.
Yeah, you look at Iron Man. You look at Hulk. You look at any of those characters.
Yeah.
They are big names who everybody, whether or not they are big comic book fans from the age of naught, has heard of a little bit.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, a lot of people, you say to them, "Oh, Black Widow," and they'll go,
"Who?
What? There's a spider somewhere? What?"
Yeah.
You know, they're not gonna.
But to be fair, when you see the Ultimates lineup, those are the only two women really in it.
Yeah, true. But still, it's
it's something of Marvel anyway. You know, the number of female superheroes, superheroines, I should say, really. You know, but.
Potato.
You know, but with DC, you end up having, you know, you got Wonder Woman immediately. You got one right there, you know,
exactly
right off the tongue. With DC, you've got Wonder Woman, you know,
who everybody recognises again,
and another very iconic-looking character at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, when you end up having Marvel, you only tend to see them like in the group things like in the X-Men, for example, so like Jean Grey, you know, or Emma Frost lately, or and again a name that won't be known out there. So again, he's going to have to work with something that's a little bit different.
Yeah, which
Unless Robert Downey Jr. has sex therapy with the next, so like,
he might do.
Well, you never know. It's Hollywood for you, isn't it?
Yes, and he's really branching out at the moment in terms of his roles, so it's absolutely possible.
Well, colouring himself black throughout all of Tropic Thunder, you never know. Maybe playing a woman is the next thing, going a bit Mrs. Doubtfire.
Exactly. Could happen.
But that would be a horrible thought, wouldn't it? Take off that helmet and Iron Woman, yeah.
Oh dear.
You can just imagine the sorts of weapons that some people will be coming up with. For,
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
It's all you can think about now, isn't it?
Yes, and now I'm trying to remember what other film I saw something horrific in. It'll come back to me.
You're probably thinking Austin Powers, the little machine guns.
I wasn't thinking of that, but there is that as well.
Yeah.
Now I am. Thank you.
You're welcome, absolutely.
Thanks.